Looking at you, looking at me. What could it do? What should it be? I think it's fine. I think it's okay. It's gonna be okay. Push come to shove, can't get enough. Swept under rug, election or dust. Sick of your blood, it's burning my gut. Burning my gut. Slow down, can't turn off my head. Looking at you, looking at me. What could it do? What should it be?
What are y'all's names? Who is Gasser?
Start there. I'm Travis Woodruff. I'm from Huntington, West Virginia. I play guitar and sing.
I'm John Hensley. I'm from Ashland, Kentucky, and I play drums.
My name's David Duffy. I play bass.
So y'all are from Huntington, West Virginia. What brings you out all the way to Lexington?
WRFL.
Yeah, we've always liked the station's cool, kind of indie vibe, and it's something we don't have really back home as a venue to play and let people hear our music. There's not a whole lot back there to like this that we can do, so this is really unique, and we're really glad to be here.
We're so glad to have y'all here. Yes.
It's a great experience being on radio. It's great.
Yes, and probably a lot different, given that I know that you and I, Travis, we were talking a bit earlier about how y'all formed during the pandemic. So what was that like?
Well, it was frustrating, really. I mean, I met Duff through, online sources, and we hooked up and we played. It meshed really well, and we found a drummer. Didn't work out. Went through a couple people trying, didn't work out. Met John. I mean, it was frustrating. It was about 3 months of looking for a drummer, so that was kind of rough. So.
You know what? Worth it, because now y'all have a really fantastic drummer, and y'all have a really good
tight
sound.
guy right there.
Right. Yeah. So y'all met online and everything during the pandemic, and what was that like? Trying to get started with your band and trying to get a name for yourselves made during the pandemic.
Well, it's been slow. I mean, it's just been busy. There's a lot of bands back home. It's just hard to get noticed when there's so many great bands back home.
And it's hard to keep the momentum going. You always want to be practicing and working towards something. And during the pandemic with no live shows, it's been hard. We have to really rely on our friendship to get through it, because there's not always something to practice for or something to get ready for. So that's made music very difficult.
But it's made the music pretty tight too, because we practice a lot, for not having a gig for
For sh-
next week.
Yeah, for sure. So when y'all are practicing, when y'all are making music, how's the process for making music? Do y'all typically come up with the lyrics first, with the music first, and is there
Well-
one person who does a lot of the music writing?
Well, during the majority of the shutdown, I wrote quite a bit of songs, and then I started trying to like do like a Steve Miller type of thing, or any other artist that would like go and write, produce their whole stuff, and then find people to play it. I was trying to do that, but I'm not that good, so I had to find a bass player, I had to find a drummer. So I mean, I'm pretty much just a guitar player, you know. But I got lucky with some words, I think this time. I don't know. Good inspiration.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned Steve Miller. Is there any other artists who you all kind of draw some inspiration from?
Plethora.
Yes,
it's
tell
all
me
over.
all of them.
No, I don't think you got enough time. I mean,
Captain Beefheart.
Yeah.
Nirvana, the Misfits, Foo Fighters, Ramones.
Yeah, you got Misfits shirts on right now.
Yeah, I think me and Duff are a little more. We've got the Misfits tattoos, and he's like more grunge, so it's kind of cool bringing a fusion of punk rock and grunge together.
Yeah, and is that how you would kind of define your sound, as like a fusion of punk rock and grunge?
Yeah, not just 90s rock and roll and punk, like just straight up. I mean, cause it ain't just grunge. 'Cause actually, I mean, I got a lot of influence with like classic rock, the Rolling Stones and stuff like that, and like I don't know. I mean, Duff also likes a lot of blues. I like blues.
I grew up listening to a lot of like Cream, Hendrix, that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, so, definitely hearing all of those sounds, come together in the music, that's all really neat. And yeah, definitely hearing some of that grunge come through with,
Yeah.
with the music as well. So how would you all kind of define the music scene back in Huntington, where y'all are from? Would you say that you're like, how do you all stand out in the midst of all of that?
Well, there's a metal scene, and there's a folky blues scene. We are outside the box. I would consider myself a black sheep my whole life, so I fit in right there. I mean, we got a bar called the Black Sheep that we play at sometimes,
Nice.
so therefore it's even better. Like they already told the name, but no, it's great. It's there's so many talented musicians back home. I mean, it's just any night of the week you can go out and hear some great musicians.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that's really great. And how are you all able to kind of make yourself stand out? I mean, doing shows on WRFL and looking outside of Huntington is certainly for one thing.
Yeah.
It's just a different sound. Like if you hear the old days, people talk about the forming of Black Sabbath. They took the environment around them, the steel, the cold, and they turned it into music. And I think back home in Huntington, a lot of drug epidemic, a lot of failing infrastructure, things like that, and that grungy rustiness kind of comes out in what we do. And I think that's kind of interesting. It's a little more harder edge than what a lot of folks back home are doing.
Yeah, wow, that's really
Yeah. I didn't even think of it that way.
I just like playing fat, juicy bass lines.
creamy bass line. Yeah, creamy bass line.
yes. All right, so we're about 20 minutes in. How would we feel about doing another song?
Anytime.
Absolutely.
All right, excellent.
Oh no, it's coming back again. A little bit more than I can spend. Let's go for a ride on the merry-go-round. The merry-go-round. On to the town.
All right, yeah. So that was Merry Go Round, and that was from what is your latest project called?
Left in the Wake.
All right. So do y'all have a favorite song from that project?
I think everybody's got their own probably different favorite song. Like, I'm curious to see what their favorite song is.
Rot.
It's like, I'm like,
Yeah, I
huh?
think
Rot.
Rot? You like Rot? Rot is a good song.
the one we just played, it's just got such a killer, powerful bass line. Merry-Go-Round's good.
Yeah.
We're working with a great producer back home.
Yeah.
His name's
Yeah.
Philip Summers.
He's working us out, working us to death.
He's going to be a big name in music one day. He just really has a way with bands and being patient and being a teacher. So we're really
He's got a
excited.
really good ear. I really enjoy working with him. He's been a joy.
That's fantastic. So how's that been different working with a producer versus working by yourselves?
Well, I don't have to keep rocking back behind that board all the time. Like, that's chaotic. Cause I mean, I can actually do not too bad getting these two guys set up, but when it comes to getting myself, it's like I'm doing it while they're playing, so I can adjust the faders and tweak everything in. But I can't do that while I'm playing because I have to stop and actually move the knobs. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. And it's less stressful. I mean, not having to do it. So I mean, it's great. At the same time, it's also more stressful because I'm a control freak. I like to have my hands doing it myself. Like, I know what I want to hear. I know what I'm hearing. Instead of asking somebody else to get it, I know what I'm wanting. But I'm trusting Philip. He knows what he's doing. I mean, Aaron did a good job too. But, I
Yep.
mean,
Aaron
sure.
Fisher's another guy that produced us in Charleston.
yeah, he done the single for us for Mirror Me. Done a great job with it. I'm happy with that.
When we get an album together, we'll definitely send it your way, and
Yes,
Yeah.
please. Thank you.
we're excited about it to get all these ideas into something tangible.
Yeah, I'm excited to start working on the second album. Actually, I'm kind of like, I keep forgetting words of these songs because I'm starting to write new songs. I'm like, what are these words again? Oh man. So, but I don't know. It's just, I know so many cover songs and I got so many words in my head from somebody who wasn't real good in school. Can't remember. I don't know how I remember so many words.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about this latest album. What can we expect from it? Like,
Yeah, it's real Seattle-y.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not really.
There's
I mean,
pretty good diverse sound to it.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's got a mixture of some heavy, harder stuff and a couple of mellowy things, and it's
Yeah,
a
you're-
little dark with sarcastic overtones. I don't know. I've always grown up having a dark sense of humor. I don't know.
yeah.
I like rainy days. It's like my favorite days are rainy days. So I'm
Right.
like, wake up and it's foggy and there's a little mist hitting you in the face. I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
I love fall.
So we got one member of the band coming from Kentucky.
From Ashlanta.
Atlanta.
Nice. So, how familiar are y'all with the Lexington local music scene here?
We're really not very much. Me and Travis, we're kind of old dogs at this. We're approaching 40, and I used to play with
I'm already there.
with a folk band called the Transmissions down here, places like the Green Lantern and several other places.
Sorry.
But that kind of, I don't know, maybe it's still down here, but we haven't found it, that kind of little underground punk type scene we've been looking for.
I don't know if this is a dirty little secret I shouldn't say, but it's really hard for me to go to a venue when I know I'm not going to play, because I'd rather be home practicing if I can't play on stage. It's nothing against the people that's playing. It's just I'm jealous because I want to be on stage so bad.
Just got your mind focused on the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I want to do what they're doing, man. It's like I admire the fire out of it, man. Tried my best there. I did stop.
Yeah.
Sounds weird when I stop it.
So when y'all are at venues, what's your favorite thing about performing live?
Just the reaction, the feedback you get from a crowd, to see people's faces, to see people enjoying what you do, it kind of makes what we do worth it. It's kind of it gives us just a feeling of what we're doing matters and is important, and people dig the tunes. That's the main thing. Just the feedback you get from watching people move around.
I like jumping around
Absolutely.
and headbanging.
Yeah. Yes, that's always the best.
I've had somebody come up to me after I played. I mean, this is crazy because I was just playing acoustic, but they said, "You play that like a beast," and I was like, that was really touching. I was like, "Thank you, that's awesome. Thank you very much." I mean, it's just
that's
you
so
touch
great.
one person in music, man. You done your job, so therefore I can die happy, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. These guys kind of like it too, so I mean, that's 3 now.
Yeah.
My mom don't really like it, I don't think. I think my dad's lying. He likes it maybe, but I don't know. He likes the Beatles.
So our moms will buy the album. At least we got that going for us.
My mom won't buy the album.
Well, you give her one
mine-
at Christmas.
She'll use it as a
Downloaded
coaster.
illegally.
Fix a wobbly table.
Yeah. This is just what I needed. This is just what I needed, son. Thank you. I love you, Mom. Love you too, son.
Oh, Hallmark
Yeah.
moment.
It is, man. Put it on the card. Put it on a t-shirt.
My boys are failed musicians.
Put it on a roll of toilet paper.
Man, no.
Yeah.
You gotta love moms, though. Moms are the greatest.
So I guess that gets into another question: is what has motivated y'all to make music? Why now? Why decide to create this music?
Well, I don't think it's why now.
Well-
It's like, go ahead. What motivated you, man?
Once again, I just like playing fat, juicy bass licks.
You know what? Sometimes that's the only excuse you need.
That's your radio promo right there. Fat, juicy bass licks.
I like creamy bass licks. He likes juicy bass licks.
There's a one thing is it's the music, but
How
it's
about
just
fat? Give me some fat and juicy.
it's just the
bass
three
licks.
guys, the camaraderie of having these guys are my brothers, and we get to hang out and play music, and everything's a little bit of an adventure. And we all, I mean, we grew up. Some people are big into sports and stuff like that, but we watch concerts. We want to be those guys one day that get to play in front of a lot of people, and seeing if the three of us can make that happen. That's just
these
the adventure.
guys bring me out of my shell a lot. Like I don't know. I used to be kind of more outgoing and stuff, kind of like I am right now with these guys. But I kind of fell in like a little depression area and kind of like became more introverted. And but around these guys, man, I get more bouncy, especially when we're playing good. When we play well, it's like I don't know. It's like the best. It's like one of the best feelings in the world. It's like I don't know, pure joy just playing well.
Absolutely.
It's like I mean, honestly, I think I don't know. Huntington needs more musicians playing. That's like more like instead of like for drug programs, like getting people off, get them playing music, because the feeling of playing music is so good. I think it could overpower that feeling of withdrawal and stuff and help them get through it instead of going to another drug to try to get them off of it.
There's a whole thing where music scenes used to be big families, and they were something to do on Friday nights. And with everything, a lot of people have gotten away from wanting to go to the rock show. And rock show used to be a means of therapy, and we don't have that anymore. We need to get it back.
Yeah,
So
it's
electronically
camaraderie.
connected that we
where-
forget to be around people.
It's where
Yeah.
it's where a banker and a janitor, can be like come one. It doesn't matter what your job is. You love music no matter what job you have. It's like, hey, I don't care what your bank account is. You like music? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. Elks.
Hulk yeah.
Elks. Wrong. Not like I did. Facts don't make it true. Washed up memory, soaked up in me. Never thought this through. Now I'm empty, you're not with me. What can I come to? I said, wash the sun all away. Taking the paper with nothing to say. So many torture, he feels the strain. Nothing to question, who's left to blame. Demons end up screaming. This time she has to lose. Never mind me, suicide me. So strung out on clues. The pins of paper, and it's like vapor. Vipers fill the room. I said, watch the sun roll away. Pages of paper with nothing to say. So many torture, he feels the shame. Nothing but questions, who's left to blame.